The first question I have for you is actually the decision to be in a movie, you know, to expose yourself, you know, as a couple, as an individual. The decision to make, was it hard, or did you just say, okay, let's do it?
Well, it was hard for me to convince Luca to participate. So basically we were fighting about rather whether we would make the movie or not. And I absolutely wanted to make it, and he always said, no, I don't want to, please, I don't want to go to this event, I don't want to see these people. I had enough of hearing that we are sick, that we are ill, that homosexuals are, what else, deviated, and all kind of stuff. So basically at the beginning it was me really to push Luca, and then he always says he's just done it for love. Is that true?
You just did it for love?
Totally.
Just for him?
It's not my way to be on this side of the camera. I'm a journalist, so I'm used to be on the other side. It's pretty easy for me to be here.
And did you start to forget the camera at one point?
He hid the camera, that's why I forgot about it.
No,
kind of, yeah. No, but it's true. It's happened in a certain moment. You don't think about anymore. You're not worried about. You must be more comfortable. But that's happened after a while. Mm-hmm. It depends. I mean, to me, it's happened after maybe a few months.
Mm-hmm. Did you two had a script before you started, or did you start it and then it came?
No, yeah, we didn't have a script at all, because when we decided to make the film, when we started, we wouldn't know where the film would lead us. Like just in the directing, we knew that we liked this breakfast scene, which we always shot in the same way. Or then the other big part was going to the Senate, where the senators were discussing the law for 6 months, and I went there every 6 months, every week for 6 months. And that was like the main structure. But then watching the whole material with our editor, with Desideria Rainer, which was about 35 hours, actually we only then realized that it was one element to build the film was actually the fact that I wanted to do the movie and he didn't want to. So we didn't realize that while we were doing it. And it was our editor to say, no, that's the way to tell the story.
When you make a really personal movie like that, you know, do you actually discover sides of yourself you didn't realize before?
Yeah, in a way you must be very personal in a documentary if you want to be through. And we decide to expose ourselves because probably it was the only way in order to be something different from a television reportage.
But actually it was quite strange for us because we didn't feel like we were exposing ourselves so much, or that it was that personal, because it was, no?
Yeah, it's very easy.
Very, very natural, maybe the way we are. So it's funny now when people who saw the film talk to us and they say, we know you, and they talk to us as they really knew us. And so probably while we were doing the film we didn't realize what we were doing.
And of course we didn't realize to be selected in the Berlin Film Festival. That was a surprise.
I mean, especially for Gustav, who actually was the showmaster for the Teddy Awards last year. I mean, this is like,
this
must have been like...
Yeah, 1 year ago I couldn't imagine, because it was actually while I was doing presenting together with Annette the Teddy Awards, the Italian government presented this law, and I remember saying to all the people, we are so happy now Italy will have a law too, and
at least finally.
And when we came back Rome, basically the government didn't exist anymore, because it didn't get the majority, because they had made this law for gay couples. And at that moment I said, we have to react, we have to do something, and the thing for us was to make a movie. And of course we couldn't imagine that this year we would be on the other side, part of the Teddy, which is incredible, so really.
What's the situation just right now, back home in Italy? You both live in Rome, right?
Well, the situation is very bad.
Very sad.
Actually, in 2 months we are going to have elections again, because Prodi, the government, the centre-left government, fell again because some Catholics didn't give the vote to his government. And we risk to have a Berlusconi government again for another 5 years. So over the last few days Berlusconi presented his new election program, which basically says defending the traditional family, Catholic values and private schools, and change the abortion law. So basically these are 4 points for which the Vatican was fighting over the last year very, very strongly. And basically what happened is that the Vatican at the moment is imposing the political agenda in Italy. And that's terrible because we are in a secular state. We have, there are the Lateran...
supposed to be a secular state.
Yeah, there are the Lateran treaties which actually say state and religion are divided. The Vatican has its state, but it should not interfere in Italian inner politics, but it's not the case. And so we really risk to go back to Berlusconi government, which will be much more conservative and Catholic and Vatican than it was. So.
Luca, in that movie, you actually have these interviews in different kinds of people, and it's quite frightening what those people say, you know. So, did you expect it like that when you started the movie?
No,
before you started
definitely
interviewing?
not. That was a bad surprise. I cannot neither imagine because we've been spoiled because you used to live in Rome, surrounded by friends, but in that chance of the family day, this parade, all of the Catholics group come from all around from Italy, and so we had the chance to meet them for the very first time, and we realized how much they were fanatic. That was horrible. That was real horrible.
So can you actually say when you started the movie, you thought, okay, we have to do something. You have these little home video bits, which are quite nice, and then you start, and that you can. That the audience actually can follow the development it takes you had, you know, that you just start, okay, let's do it, and it's getting worse and worse and worse.
That was exactly the experience we had. We actually never thought that Italy would be in that state, like that homophobic. As you said, we really were leading a very easy life where homosexuality wasn't a theme at all, and we thought for the whole society it was over. I mean, we're in the 21st century, and Italy is in the 21st century too. And but unfortunately we had to experience that. We were basically living in a kind of bubble which we created ourselves, and it was quite hard to get out of this bubble and to admit that it was an illusion.
Already, you've done Italian TV as well. So, can you already tell what the reaction is of the journalists and, you know, all these reporters at the moment because of your film?
Yeah, looks like if all of them are quite worried about the images we are giving of our country in Berlin. So we must be careful because we don't want to offend anybody. It's not a movie against Italy or against Catholic. It's just a movie we want to show what's happening in Italy in this precise moment and the responsibility of the politics and also the Vatican, of course.
The media.
And the media has a large responsibility. They are missing the chance.
Are you actually both concerned? I mean, you're both people who are actually like in the spotlight, you know. So you work as a journalist, right? You very often in front of cameras, so are you sort of like concerned that people are gonna hate you, you know, because I remember those violence and this violence demonstration in Italy and the really hectic like reactions, you know?
I'm not concerned about the reaction of the people, about us being together or a couple. Maybe what we are a bit concerned about is that there are some scenes with some fascist groups, and especially Luca says that maybe we weren't careful enough because they are quite violent, but I don't think we are at that state in Italy. I don't think so, no? Non credo.
Yeah. Hope so.
Thank you guys very much for the first 10 minutes. It was easy. And just for staying.
Grazie.
Thank you.